Welcome back to another episode of the Evolve Marketing Podcast. I am here with my co-host Brian Brewer as usual, and today we have a really cool episode. There's a couple new features that we have found out for TikTok. You know, TikTok. You guys know TikTok. We all use TikTok. Either you're promoting your business or you're getting entertained. I guess you can say. But yeah, TikTok has a couple new features, and we're so excited to share with you guys. But first of all, Brian, how's it going, brother?
Man, it's going great. It's great to see you. It's great to be on the show here today. I'm super excited right now. As if you saw last week's episode, I mentioned that the Rangers were in the World Series. Hopefully, by the time this episode goes live, we will be world champions. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Game 5 is tonight. The Rangers are up 3-1.
Wow.
Super exciting. Halloween was yesterday. And I got my Reese's. I got all kinds of Reese's miniatures and peanut butter cups, which is my favorite candy. So, Andre, I couldn't be better. We got 2 new features to talk about TikTok. One's kind of from the affiliate marketing side, great for creators. The other one is going to be a change in the way you can actually run ads. I've been running a test over the last 8 or 9 days to test this new feature, and the results have been absolutely incredible. So we'll talk about that towards the second half of the show. First, I want to talk about this TikTok feature because we were just discussing it before we came live here for the episode, and the potential here is just blowing my mind right now. So why don't we tell the listener a little bit about what we're talking about here, Andre?
Yeah, so TikTok came out with a new feature. I'm not sure how new it is, to be honest, but I know for a fact that not many people are using it. Okay. So TikTok has this thing called TikTok Shop for creators. Okay. And what does that mean? Literally, it means affiliate marketing just right on the platform of TikTok. You don't have to create a list. You don't have to create a funnel. You don't have to have a domain. Okay. Literally, all you need to do to sign up is have, what was it, 5,000 followers
You
and
have to
then
be
be at
18 years
least
old, yep, and have
18-year-old.
5,000 followers. What's crazy here is you mentioned all those things that you don't have to create a funnel. You market your products right on TikTok. You mentioned that you don't have to have a list. You can just get started with a TikTok following once you grow up to 5,000 or followers, I guess we should say. But what's even more amazing is you don't even have to sign up for a bunch of random different affiliate programs. And that in itself, when you're an influencer taking the influencer route and you want to promote whatever you're interested in, maybe you like to cook at home, so you want to promote a bunch of different cooking products and pots and pans, or maybe you're into clothes, so you want to promote a bunch of different outfits or jewelry or whatever it is that you're into. It can be a little bit daunting to go sign up for all these different affiliate programs and keep all your links straight and keep yourself organized. I know I've been through there when been through that process when I was back in the blogging world. So what happens is that everyone inevitably just ends up signing up for Amazon and promotes everything through Amazon, and their affiliate commissions are, for the most part, pretty low. So TikTok is handling everything for you. So what does this look like? Like what's going on here is what I want to know. Take me through as much as you know, Andre.
Yeah, so the first step basically is to sign up, right? You sign up, you get approved, and then you're gonna go through a new section of your TikTok app in the creator tools. One of the creator tools is basically a marketplace. Okay, all these brands are getting to know this new way, this new platform, and they're putting their products in this marketplace inside of TikTok. Everything's inside of TikTok, okay? And then from there, you get to actually choose which products you want to promote. So let's say you want to promote a ring light, okay? Actually, I signed up for this program and I was able to have like a promotion. And the promotion was, okay, choose a product. I picked a product, which was the ring light. And then they actually shipped the product to my house for free. I didn't have to pay for it, right? And then the only requirement is that you had to create a video, a 7-second video about the product. And then from there, you can actually link up your product to your video. So when somebody watches your video, you can literally click on shop now and you can literally buy the product right straight from your TikTok video. And then what happens after the sale? Of course, it's affiliate marketing. So you get a percentage of the sale. And then in this marketplace, you actually see the amount of what product will pay you more, actually. So it tells you the commission base, So for this $30 product, you're going to get $5 or $2. So, but then the cool thing about it also is that your reach is basically hiding. So your reach is more I don't know how to explain it. Like you get more reach,
You're getting
basically.
more reach, absolutely, because this is a new feature. TikTok wants to push this out. What's that going to do? People are going to see these promotions. People are going to start realizing you can make money. It's going to bring in more creators doing this, which then in turn, when you have all the influencers promoting stuff directly from the creators hub or whatever on TikTok, that's going to bring more products because businesses are going to be like, that solves all my problems. How do I get my products in influencers' hands? I automatically upload them to the TikTok marketplace. It makes the easy transition or transaction. This is blowing my mind, Andre, because TikTok's going to take a percentage of the sale too because it's their marketplace. This is changing the game.
Yep.
It's giving the creators, the influencers exactly what they want. It's giving the businesses, the product makers exactly what they want. It's going to be a win-win-win situation. TikTok's going to win. The creators are going to win. All these big influencers who are big on Instagram are going to look over at TikTok and they're going to start putting more of their efforts to TikTok because TikTok's streamlining the process, not just the product selection process, but they're streamlining the purchase process. And that's where all the friction is. So if they're going to increase the conversions on the sale, then that's going to help make you as an affiliate even more money because that's where the friction is. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and let me give you an example. Like the reason why I know about this program is because one of my students from my Spanish course actually loves technology, right? So he jumped on it when it first came out, and he did a video about a portable charger. I don't know how much it was, maybe like $20, right? Well, that video was a 7-second video, and it got 17,000 views, I believe. Out of that 17,000 views, he made $1,000. You get me? Just like that. Just by a 7-second video, people were buying straight from TikTok. And then if you see the analytics, when you go to your analytics, you can actually see the income that is coming in from every single product that he's promoting. And it just blew my mind. It's that easy.
See, you know what's going to happen here today, Andre, is I was in such a good mood. I was talking about the Rangers being a win away from the World Series. I had my Reese's peanut butter cups, and I was so happy. And now you're going to make old man Brian come on here and get angry again because he made a 7-second video. And of course, I'm joking. I'm happy for him that he's making money, and I'm excited for this opportunity. But he made a 7-second video about a product that was in the marketplace, and he made $1,000. I mean, this is leaps and bounds like shooting fish in a barrel over what I had to start with learning WordPress and finding affiliate programs and creating blogs and waiting for 6 months for them to rank and realizing I didn't do it right. So starting another blog, and this is incredible. I mean, all right, that was a little old man Brian rant, that it's not 2012 anymore. This is the new way. So that's incredible. So has he had any other success, or was it kind of a one-off thing, or is he still doing it, or what do we know about this guy in this this affiliate marketing opportunity?
Yeah, so that right now he's getting commissions from different products, right? But I guess the challenge right now is that there's not that many products in the marketplace. There's not that many brands that have put their products in there. And they don't have to be big brands. It could be like any other type of brand. So the good thing about this whole program is that you can be the seller or you can be the creator. So if you have a product personally and you want to sell it online, a physical product, you can upload it as a seller, right? And then from there, you can search for the creators, and the creators can choose your product, and then you can start selling it. So that's the cool thing about this whole program. And I don't know, you want us to give people a sneak peek of the information that they have on the platform? I mean, the TikTok shop.
Yeah, website? I mean, yeah. Let's see what it's all about, because my mind is racing right now, and it's probably not the typical way. Like, I know a lot of people are going to hear this and think, oh man, this is like drop shipping on TikTok, and they're going to get all excited, and then they're going to go private label some product, and they're going to get into these extremely complex business models. What I'm thinking about is, how do we use this opportunity with the least amount of friction, the least amount of resistance. And I have some ideas, but I want to learn a little bit more about this TikTok shop creator opportunity before I get all starry eyed. So show us what you got, Andre. If you're listening on the podcast, you can see our screen over on YouTube. Let's dive into it here.
Yeah, so the first thing I did was I just Googled TikTok shop for creators, right? And it took me to this page. And then as you can see, you use your creativity to earn money. It says reach a wider and diverse audience on TikTok, promote relevant brands and products, and explore new creative opportunities. Now, as a creator, you can earn through an affiliate program, right? So connect with brands and monetize your content with a global TikTok community. So there's people already creating content about products. Now, those people need to actually become an affiliate for this TikTok shop for creators, for them to actually earn through affiliate commissions, because I feel like sponsorships, they're not as high as they used to be, you know. I feel like they're dying down. So like affiliate marketing is the best way to do it. Now, if you want to learn
just to
more,
touch on that really quickly, you're absolutely right. Is businesses, product sellers, they want guaranteed ROI. And yeah, you can get an amazing reach for not a lot of money as a marketer if you find creators to sponsor and do a paid partnership with, but they're not guaranteed results. In this case, they're going to guaranteed results. They know I'm going to pay 10% of my product sale to marketing. Well, that's all you can ask for as a business, is to know how much it's going to cost you to acquire a customer. And if you can do it at a profit, I mean, it's a no-brainer for businesses. So anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if you're not onto affiliate marketing yet, it's going to be the future. But go ahead.
Yeah, and then when you click learn more, right? That's when I started explaining to you about that for sellers and creators. So there's two sides of it, the seller, the people that create the product, and then they want a marketplace into TikTok, and then the creators are the people promoting it, right? So let's see, affiliate for sellers, link up with the right creators for your brand, monitor how well creators are selling your product. Commissions is automated paid as a percentage of the sales. So literally, it's affiliate marketing. Now, let's see. And then affiliate for creators, easily find products to sell, recommend products in videos and live streams. Oh, there you go. So you can actually make a live promoting a video, and then you can have the clickable thing right there also. So that's super easier to get paid. And then, of course, you get paid commissions on your sales. And then, they have the plans, the sellers, they shop, they open a plan, they target the plan. And then for the creators, they just find the product. They could get samples, free samples. Some businesses send you free samples, and then you make a video, and then you sell their products. I don't think it gets much easier than this, or much simpler than this.
You just keep waiting for the fine print, and then you really start thinking about it. And why would there be any fine print? This is a win-win-win. Everybody's winning. TikTok's making more money. They're bringing more creators. This is the same thing or similar thing to why, people get so frustrated with Facebook and Instagram, and they love YouTube. If we want to talk about three completely different platforms from TikTok, people love YouTube, creators do, because YouTube wants you to earn money. Right. They've had the, whatever they call it, the AdSense revenue generation opportunity for years, where, you create videos on YouTube, you get a percentage of the ad revenue that's from the ads that are served before or during your video. Right. I mean, we all know how much people like Mr. Beast and, they have other ventures, but they're crushing it with the YouTube game. Because they're getting a percentage of the revenue. And what does that do? That brings a higher quality of creator to the platform. I know Mr. Beast has, Facebook pages and reels and stuff like that, but his priority number one is YouTube. And that's what happens. That's why his content is so great. That's why he spends $3 million doing a Squid Games video, right? It's because YouTube wants you to earn. They make it easy for you to earn. That's what TikTok is doing right here. It's starting small, but it's helping these creators, these influencers, these people who want to be influencers. It's helping them. It's making it easier for them to earn money. So what is that going to do? That's going to bring more creators, and that's going to force creators to produce better content. And it's just going to elevate the platform. So, man, this is no fine print, super simple. They can't make it any easier for you to
Yeah.
start earning some money.
Yeah. Before we move forward, like you mentioned Mr. Beast, right? How he gets sponsors for his videos and everything. And I recently watched a video of him talking about his sponsors. They cannot afford him anymore. Like the sponsors cannot afford him anymore because the volume that he has, the amount of views that he gets per YouTube video is just so much money that they have to put in. And then, for example, if they want to sponsor one of his videos, that's like what 75% of like their promoting finances, because they have the finances for the whole year for them to actually a budget. I guess you can say a budget, and they can't do it anymore. So I think Mr. Beast, I think he's just gonna want to promote his own stuff.
Well, that's exactly what he's done with the candy bars
Yeah.
and the Beast Burger and stuff like that. Is no one can afford them because what the Super Bowl get 100 million views, maybe, and commercials are $5, $6, $7 million for a 30-second spot. Well, I mean, I just talked about a Squid Games video. The last time I checked, I think they had 493 million views. I'm sure it's over 500 million now. So you can't afford that, right? Who's going to spend $25 million on a little post inside of Mr. Beast ad? Nobody is. So yeah, he's smart. He's selling his own stuff, and that's an opportunity for the newbie or the beginner or someone small to leverage this into that over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. There is no reason you can't go to the marketplace right now, find products that are of interest to you. They line up with the type of content that you want to create. You could start this as an affiliate. Let's say you're into, you just say you're into tech. You know what I mean? Let's say you like creating content. You go in here, you find ring lights and portable chargers, and you start making money through affiliate commissions. Well, there's nothing stopping you in the future from the lowest hanging fruit would be selling a creator course. How I started to become a creator on TikTok, and then you could sell that to your audience. And then from there's nothing stopping you from creating a product, which is a creator bundle, which comes with your ring light and your tripod and stuff like that, and actually private labeling that. And then you become your own business because you are your own marketer. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. You just have to find something you love to do and be willing to see it through for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I mean? And you too could be $100 million person if you follow this through. It's incredible.
Yeah. And I'll give you guys another example. Like my wife she always gets her lashes done, right? And the person that does her lashes, she has her own products. She has her own course. She teaches people how to do this, right? She's active on social media, showing techniques on how to lash other girls. And it's just like, she made herself the product, basically. She made herself her own business just by utilizing her skills. And then she started promoting different areas. Like she buys bulk different lashes, right? And then she's able to flip that. She slaps her brand into those products, and then she sells it on her own for profit, of course. And then her course, her social media, it's just like you can make a business out of anything that you actually care about, that you know about. It's not just one income stream. From one income stream, you can multiply that and have multiple income streams. So that's just another example, like for you guys to realize that it's not that hard, It's not.
And that's what I want to talk about. That's the evolution of business. It is no longer create the product or come up. I remember when I was younger, it was like, what's your $1 million idea? What are you going to invent that's going to change the world? Or what are you going to invent that's a new product that's going to take off? Obviously, that still can work, but that doesn't really need to come first anymore. The evolution of this is you have to be a marketer first. You have to market, you have to then build the audience, and then you can sell whatever you want. Every time I watch a sporting event, I see Papa John's ads, the pizza company, right? They're always an ad for pizza on sporting events. And one of the people who is always on the ads that I see is Shaquille O'Neal. Now,
Yeah.
why is this the case? Well, they probably gave Shaquille O'Neal some money, no doubt about it. But the other side of that, I think that Shaquille O'Neal owns like 30 or 40 Papa John's franchise locations. So you see, it just makes sense for him. He's like, hey, I'm this big, likable guy with a lot of name recognition. So I'm just going to market whatever my products are, and his products happen to be Papa John's franchises. So it's just, this is the evolution, and anybody can do it because you don't have to pay to get in the game. It's free to start. Open your phone,
Yeah.
Talk about what you like, get 5,000 followers, join this TikTok creator shop community, whatever it's called, and just get to work, right?
And I'm sure that's just how he started, right? He started sponsoring those companies, and now I think he created his own restaurant chain for like hot chicken, I believe. So it's like, the evolution of people, how they start learning new skills and then they start implementing those skills for their own business. I think that's just gold right there. Super valuable.
And it's relevant to us smaller folks too, because I started with affiliate marketing. I just wanted to make some money. I started creating content to drive traffic to, make affiliate commissions. That's where I started. That was super simple, super basic. I didn't know that 3, 4, 5 years down the road, I'd have my own affiliate marketing course, right? I didn't know. It's just a product that became an offshoot of my audience that I built, built through trust. And it was never my intention to have an affiliate marketing course, but now I do. And within the next month or two, probably, or at least maybe within the next, 3 or 4 months, it's going to break another $1 million in sales. I mean, that's just nothing I ever anticipated, but I started small, continued to grow, show up every day. And that's the real life opportunity. That will be the evolution of your business. If you just go create content, build an audience, and help people.
And that's all it is, right? The evolution of your life, the evolution of your business, everything is in a constant evolution, evolve. Everything needs to move forward and progress. So yeah, let's finish it up, this actual topic, right? So
yeah,
we
back to you. I get excited, I just get so excited. I just want, but yeah, let me continue this tour, Andre.
Yeah, so we talked about the earn through affiliate, and of course you can create videos. You help branch reach a wider and more diverse audience on TikTok. And I want to highlight this, a wider audience and diverse audience. If you create a video utilizing the shop feature, you actually get more reach. Okay, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get more reach with those videos, of course, and also in the United States. Okay, so that's super important to realize, to notice. And of course, I didn't know about this, but you can actually promote products through a live stream. So that's also powerful. I wonder if you're able to time it, right? So the first 10 minutes of your live stream, you talk about one product, and then the link pops up, and then the next 10 minutes you talk about a different product, and then the other link pops up, and then you could actually keep going, so how much can you keep going? You get me? So especially if you're very niche down, right? So if you are a content creator, you can start with the mic, then you can start with the ring light, then you can start with the camera, different templates, maybe, there's different things that you can actually promote in the same niche. So I think that's another powerful tool. What do you think? I mean, that is just crazy. You're like shaking your head. You're like,
when I see this live stream, and when you were talking about timing it, where the first 10 minutes you're talking about the ring light and that links up, and then the next 10 minutes you're talking about the microphone, that link pops up. The first thing I think about is like the old school, like QVC or Home Shopping Network channels that I don't know, they're probably still fast, available. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's these stations that sell millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of products. That's what they do. It's like, here's a 10-minute segment. We're going to talk about this, and then it's a 10-minute segment, and then you just flip right through them, and everything's timed, and it's just history sort of repeating itself again. Like, stuff that works. It's as simple as that. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to selling stuff that works. And this is just another parallel of that concept. So here's some inspirational stories, right? Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. So Rahel, I guess this creator, she does maybe like beauty or like beauty stuff. So she's probably promoting this iron curler, maybe some makeup. Look, she has a lot of cologne right here. I'm not sure what this is, but it's just things that you maybe already have at home, you get me, that you can actually promote. And she's making probably a bunch of money. Look how many followers she has, how many likes she has.
Well, it even says down there in the bottom right hand corner, she's done 450 pounds, which is about $600,000, maybe $700,000. I'm not sure what the conversion rate is right now, in sales.
Yep. And then how long has she been doing this? I'm not sure. You get me? So that's insane. And then
Yeah.
you have this guy that I think he's just promoting random products. But look, 150,000 pounds, right? As you say,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So
It's
yeah, I
crazy.
mean
And
that's
this,
probably not. Let's be fair. Let's be honest. That's probably not how much they made. That's probably how much was sold. But if you're earning, even if you're earning, 10% just because it's easy math. Let's say that's
yeah,
$250,000. You just made $25,000 for promoting products. That's incredible.
yep, yep. It's insane. And then of course you have the QR code. So if you're on YouTube, you can sign up right through this website, I guess you can say. And then you can sign up, and then you have to have at least 5,000 followers, be at least 18 years old, and I believe it's only in the United States.
That's just absolutely incredible. Well, I mean, if they're talking 450 pounds in sales, then I would assuming it's available in Great Britain or whatever. I don't know. I'll have to look more into this. But
That's
here's
true.
where my mind starts racing a little bit, right? Everyone might be thinking, ooh, here's an opportunity to become a creator. But there's no reason this can't supplement your existing business because you talk about the reach. So I'm on TikTok. I'm promoting affiliate marketing, digital marketing courses, teaching people, telling stories, showing potential opportunity, all that. But if I can get more reach by promoting a product, then it makes sense for me to create TikTok videos highlighting some of the equipment that I use, for example, or the types of equipment I might recommend, because I get tons of requests. People coming into my email list, they want to, maybe learn about affiliate marketing. They might want to buy a course from me, but they're always like, Brian, what do I need for camera? What do I need for a microphone? What do I need for lighting? Right. And I always tell them, well, the most important thing is to just get started, use your phone. But the first thing you're going to want after that is maybe some lighting and then a microphone. And then after that, a camera. Well, I can take people through that journey on my TikTok, expand my reach, get more people into my brand, come at them from a different angle, but then turn around and say, oh, and here's how you monetize content, right? So I don't have to create a separate account. If it's relevant to my existing core audience, which that is, then I have an opportunity to grow my reach so I can then generate more leads on the back end and make more sales of my course as well.
I mean, wouldn't it be a game changer if you're able to promote software as well? Software as a service, so you can actually, get your 14-day free trial, click funnels, click here. That'd be like powerful as well. It doesn't always have to be like physical products, but I know the platforms are really not against software and stuff like that, but or like digital courses, like I don't know, like I know for a fact, I know Instagram also has this shop feature, but I don't know if it's like affiliate marketing with it as well. Like I've seen it on Instagram more on TikTok, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
it's
TikTok is
isn't that more
just,
like you could create your own shop and sell your own stuff? It
I
doesn't
believe
have the
so.
affiliate aspect of it, right?
I believe so. I think it's like your own products. Like you can just sell your own stuff on there. But this TikTok plus affiliate, oh my God, I mean, this guy made $1,000 with a 7-second video that got 17,000 views. So how many sales that he got? Yeah, he's probably a bunch of sales, you get me, to get to that $1,000 mark. It's crazy. It's huge.
That's it's really incredible. And that's just my advice. If you're not doing anything right now, go check it out. Make some videos, see what you can do. Get to
Yeah.
5,000 and give it a shot. But if you're already doing something, think about how you can use this to your advantage as opposed to getting shiny object syndrome and think, oh, I'm going to go make $10,000 or $1,000, because that's what I did. And I can already see, I just briefly talked about it, but I can already see how I can work this into my business to grow my brand. And that's really what it's all about. Because if you grow your brand, it doesn't matter how you're growing your brand, whether it's giving value, showing amazing results, or helping people discover products. Once you grow your brand, then you, like we said earlier, Andre, you could sell anything. And that's really the name of the game now in today's world.
Yeah. And right now, for example, this is a great opportunity for somebody that has nothing yet. For example, you go all in with TikTok shop, right? You get your 5,000 followers, you sign up, you get approved, and you start promoting it. And then you're in the trenches, right? That's when you just have to put in the work. So you start concentrating on picking products that are winning products, I guess you can say, and you just start picking those, keep testing it out. When you get to the point where you are successful, you have a bunch of, I guess, income coming in, or you can see success that with the things that you're doing. Yeah, you start learning more about it. You can flip that and create your own digital product, right? So now what you're evolving that business, right? So you're basically in the trenches. You're learning, you're learning, you're learning. You're applying what you're learning. You're making money, and then you can use that money to create your own digital product about this TikTok shop. And before you know it, you have your link on your bio promoting your own digital product while you're doing the work too, because that's important. If you're a mentor and you're mentoring about something, it's important that you actually do the work too. Okay, it's important that you show your students or whoever wants to buy your digital product that you are actually there doing the work, and I think that's really important. So before you know it, now you have two income streams, and now you start realizing how do you expand that. Now you're building a list about this TikTok shop. Now more features are gonna come out. You can start promoting different things on your email list now. So it's just like this can be a great opportunity for somebody that might be lost right now in the online world.
It's that's a great point because it follows the learn, do, teach framework. I mean, it's a 7-figure formula right there. We've had, people like Jonathan Montoya on previous episodes of this podcast. Another name that comes to mind is Marissa Romero. That's exactly what they did, and they're very open and transparent about that. They go, they learn something, they do it, they turn around and teach it, and then they just keep building off of that. And like you said, learn how to do this affiliate marketing thing, and then turn around and teach it to other people. And it doesn't have to be a $2,000 course. It can be a $100 course. It can be a $99 course. Yeah. But now you have something that you can sell to the existing audience that you already built. Because if you're out there making money, people are going to be interested. They're going to be drawn to that, and they're going to want to learn how. Speaking of making money selling courses, I don't know if I missed this last time, but is that a new award on your wall back there, Andre, or was that up there last episode and I just missed it? Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, no, it's actually an award for my business. So this is what I give my affiliates. So that's what I give my affiliates when they reach that $10,000 mark. And I'm super excited. I mean, of course, I got it for myself, but I just sent out this award to one of my students. So
that's super cool, man.
It's awesome. I love it.
That's really cool. Awesome. Well, anyways, congratulations on sending out your first award. That's huge. But I just get so excited about that opportunity. Maybe it's time to fulfill on our promise here and maybe talk about the second half of the new TikTok feature that's going on. Switch over to the ad side of things. All right.
Let's jump straight to it because you are the experience in this side of the ads world, so I'm excited to learn as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get right into it. So once again, if you're listening on the podcast, hop over to YouTube because I'm going to share my screen a little bit, but I'm also going to talk through this. That way, if you're driving in your car right now and listening to this, you can really grasp the potential here. And then when you get home, you can look into this. So TikTok advertising, right? It's pretty much the same as any other social media platform, right? You create ads, you drive leads, and hopefully make sales. For the past couple of months, I've been scaling ads to my course, and it's been going pretty well. I've really liked TikTok ads. The attribution is very good. It's not perfect, but it's very good. So I feel like the tracking is very good, so you can really see what your numbers are. It seems to be a little more lenient than Facebook for those of us who are in the make money online space, for example. Obviously, there's certain things you can't say and do, just like any ads platform, but I feel like it's a little bit more lenient, knock on wood. And, really scaling, it's not one of those things where maybe we've heard in the past where you just have to increase your ad budget by 10% every 3 days or something like that. If an ad's working for me at $200, I can pretty much bump it up to $700 or $800. And the numbers are going to hold. Obviously, your cost per purchase or cost per action or whatever is going to go up a little bit because you're serving it to a lot more people. But for the most part, scaling doesn't automatically destroy your ads, right? Increasing your budget doesn't screw up all your numbers. So that's great. Those are some great things about the TikTok ads platform. But one of the problems with the TikTok ads platform is ad fatigue. It happens really quickly. And what that means is you're winning ads, do great. You can scale it. But fatigue kicks in really quickly. And I know this is something that Max Finn, who's an advertiser I trust, talks about. If you want to be on TikTok, it's not one of those things like on YouTube, you can run an ad for 6 months straight and it'll continue to work. It's more like, hey, you're lucky to get 2 weeks out of a creative. And that can be a little bit frustrating because once you find a winner, you want to get the most juice out of it. So that's what I'm going to talk about right now. Is I'm going to show you a little test that I've been running over the last 8 days that has helped me
real quick
get the juice out of some creatives.
Real quick, sorry. When you say fatigue, that means that the video that you're creating, it basically loses the juices, basically, or that you have to create more content as far as ads. Is that what you mean when you say that?
Yeah, exactly. So if we're talking about running ads, let's say you're going to create a campaign, you might run 9 different ads in that campaign, right? And you might be selling the same thing, but this one might be you standing outside. This one might be you sitting at a desk. This one might test different hooks. You might test different stories in your ads. You might test different call to actions. And what's going to happen is, let's say you start a campaign and you're going to put 9 different ads in that. Well, what you're going to see is some of them are just going to bomb. They're not going to get clicks. They're not going to get leads. They're not going to get conversions. But if you're lucky, 1 or 2 of them is actually going to perform well. And what I mean by performing well is you're going to acquire customers within your range, within your tolerance, right? You have a number. You know what your customer's worth. So advertising means you're willing to spend pretty much anything below that, because that's all profit at that point. It's the buzz saying, if you can put in $1 and get out to how much money would you spend? You'd spend all the money. So that's what I'm talking about. So you're going to create, some are going to win. And when you find those winners, the idea is it's kind of like by chance. Obviously, there's a formula and framework that you want to use to create ads, but you don't really know which one's going to work. It's a test. So when you find the 1 or 2 that does work, obviously you want to get the most juice out of them, right? You want to get the most longevity. You don't want them to fatigue, meaning you don't want them to people become ad blind to them, or they have to serve them to more people and they don't perform. You want something that's you're going to get a lot of action out of them, right? Because those winners are the minority. Right? Does that make sense? Like I said, if you create 9 ads, maybe if you get 1 winner out of it, that's great. So that's a pretty low percentage of success rate. Mm-hmm. So when you do find the ones that succeed, we want to get as many leads and as many sales out of them as possible. So does that clear things up, what I'm talking about, Andre?
Yeah, 100%. Sorry to cut you off, but I was just trying to understand that.
Yep, no, I appreciate it, because it's one of those things where I'm in it, so I understand it, but when I explain it, maybe it's not quite as clear. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen here really quickly, and I'm gonna show a test that I ran with a couple of new features, and this is gonna show you which one is working the best. So let me go ahead and drop this in here. You can see my TikTok ads dashboard right here, Andre, correct?
Okay. Yep.
Cool. All right. So the way I was running ads is very simple. I start off with a brand new ad account for a new campaign. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to target hashtags, right? I'm going to target interest. That's really the only thing I can do. And that can work. But, if you're familiar with ads, us advertisers, we like to get to what are called lookalike audiences, where your pixel has enough purchase data where TikTok or Facebook can then look at those people who are buying and say, well, here's a group of 5 million people, for example, who fit the same profile, same demographics, same interests. And then we want to advertise to them. That's kind of always been the name of the game for the past 5 or 6 years. So that's what I was doing. But then I got an email from TikTok and they told me about 2 different features. The first one was that they were going to automatically add target expansion to your broad audience. Okay. And basically what that means is, let's say you create a broad lookalike audience, and what that's going to do, it's going to find you 80 million people who are similar to your customers, for example. Well, automatic expansion means once the ads maybe start to fatigue in there, it will look for people outside that audience who might also buy. And then they use their algorithms and stuff. I don't know how they do that. They also have this smart audience feature, which I still don't exactly understand what it is. But it's basically the same kind of idea where it's going to take your audience and it's going to try to find people that are outside of your lookalike audience. And what that's going to do is extend your reach, which can then hopefully extend the life of your creatives, right? You put off ad fatigue a little bit longer because you're marketing to newer people. And then they had this other feature called Smart Performance. Okay. And this is what I'm going to actually show you here in just a second. But basically what I did is over the last, couple of months or so, let's just take some data here from September we'll go to October 31st. And if we look at these numbers down here on the bottom, you see I've spent about $20,000. And my cost per action was about $64, meaning I'd have to spend $64 to get a sale. So that's the kind of the last month or two. Okay. Now, a majority of that was spent within 1 month, and then I cut my ads for a little while. But regardless, that's the number we're looking at. $64.60 has been pretty much my cost per customer using the traditional, hey, find some lookalike audiences and advertise to them. Well, as I mentioned, over the last 8 days, I've been running this test, and I started with 3 different basically ad sets or ad groups. And I ran the same 3 ads to each of them to see what would perform the best. So I took my broad audience, which was my broad lookalike audience, and I added this new auto targeting feature where it's going to automatically expand. All broad audiences will now automatically expand. Then I took a narrow audience, which is my smaller group, the people who are more like my buyers, right? My narrow lookalike audience. And I added this new smart audience. That's something you can add on, you can toggle on. And basically what that's going to do, it's going to say, well, it's going to expand your narrow audience. And then I did this test Smart Performance ad set, right? And so that's 3 different ad sets. And if you don't understand, it's okay. You can play around with it. But if you do understand, this is going to be really interesting. And then I ran $70 a day to each of them, just a small test budget. And what you're going to see here is, if you look at this number right here, the CPA, the cost to acquire a customer, you see on my broad audience with auto expand, $65, right? That was pretty much my average, right? That's about what I had to spend previously. So that's kind of holding. My narrow audience with this, smart set feature, smart audience, same thing, $65.47. So what that tells me is, hey, those ads are working at this price point, because that's pretty much what it's been for $20,000 worth of ad spend. So we know that number is pretty accurate. Now, the good news is that number falls within my tolerance. So if I can keep running those. However, when I did this first smart test performance ad, which I'm going to show you what that looks like, you can see my cost per action dropped dramatically by 33%. It's down to $42 is the cost that this is.
Yeah, so $23. Yeah.
Yeah, it's $23 less. So that's over 33% cost reduction. And let me show you how you set these up, Andre. Let's say I was going to create a new campaign and I want to use this smart performance. Create the campaign here. Obviously, I want to go into custom mode.
Okay.
And I want to obviously optimize for my website conversions, right? My purchases. That's my advertising objective. So obviously, we're going to create a new campaign for our website conversions, right? That's going to be our advertising objective. Now, if you toggle on this right here where it says campaign type, this is the ads. This is the campaign that I'm running that saw the 34+% cost reduction. If you click on Smart Performance Campaign, all it's going to ask you to do is name your campaign and create your ads. Right?
And this is a brand new feature, right? They just came out, basically?
Brand new feature. You just select your pixel and your optimization event. You don't have to worry about where the placements are going to go. It's going to go on TikTok. You can edit the location, right? And the languages. If you want to edit, if you just want to go to the United States, if you want to go like all English speaking countries, you can edit that. You can edit for languages. And you can exclude audiences if you don't want it served to, for example, your audience of buyers. You can do that. But other than that, there is no targeting option. right? You just set your budget, you
Mm.
create your ads, and you submit it. Meaning you don't have to
So
worry about lookalike
you're letting the
audiences or
algorithm.
you
It's
exactly
like you're letting the algorithm do this work, right? Literally.
right. Absolutely. That's it, Andre. It sounds great until you realize it's actually working. And then it's
Yeah.
mind blowing.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I saw 20,000 plus impressions you gave me per each of the ones that you had. And then I also saw the difference. You had 9 sales for one conversions, and then for the other one you had 13 conversions. So that's why
That's right.
your budget went down to $42, instead of $65. And this just has been a week, right?
Yeah, I tested it for 8 days. And the data tracked exactly what like you would expect. So from when I started running them on day one, once again, I had those 3 different ad sets, $70 a piece, and I kept them the same for the 8 days. In the beginning, the smart performance campaign performed the worst. And my narrow audience performed the best. I think I got like 2 sales at $35 a piece for that one. I think I got 1 sale on the broad audience at $70 was my cost per action because it was $70 a day on the budget. And then the smart campaign was 0. I didn't get any conversions. But that, of course, it can't because it's got to figure it out, right? And then as I tracked it through the 8 days, exactly what you would expect to happen happened. The narrow audience started going up as it became more fatigued. The broad audience started going up a little bit as well, or just kind of, pretty much hung right around there at 65 because it's a pretty low budget. Let's be honest, $70 a day is a pretty low budget. But the smart performance campaign started going down and down and down. And then there was a point where it was like I was getting conversions for like $12. And I was making sales for $12. And so what's it doing? It's the algorithms are figuring it out. Now, I wouldn't necessarily run this if you didn't have a quote unquote seasoned pixel. I would still start your campaign. If you're starting a brand new campaign, I would start with hashtag targeting and then create your lookalike audiences. But once you start getting purchases and you get enough purchases on your pixel where TikTok can say, hey, these are the type of people that are going to buy, well, then move over to the smart campaign or this, because you cannot be smarter than the computer. No matter how good you think your targeting is, you can't because it can compare things that you don't even have access to.
I mean, that's super interesting. I mean, I never done TikTok ads, but now I actually saw that you can actually change the language or target different languages, right? So I can do that for my Spanish course as well. But I also like how you're letting the algorithm do its job. Like it's optimizing to what's best, what they think is best for your account. And I feel like if it doesn't perform well the first week, I feel like it will learn from it. And then the next week might be better. It's like a constant developing of like data, right? If it doesn't good, I feel like it will just do it on its own. Because just how you said it, the target section was gone, right? Like it was just you're letting TikTok do its thing. So I think that's super powerful, and it's for somebody that is doing ads on TikTok, I think that's a good way for them to actually reach the right people. Now I have a question. These are TikTok ads. They stay strictly on TikTok, or they also go to like Google and stuff like that?
No, it looks like if I'm not going to show it again, but if you looked at my smart performance campaign, it basically said your TikTok is your placement. They're telling you that you're going to be on TikTok. So it doesn't go to Google. It doesn't do that. So it's all on TikTok. But let me see if I can pull up. This is just that campaign, just the smart performance. Okay. So you can see what do I have here. I have total costs, and the dark blue line is your total costs, and then the light blue line is the cost per action or the cost per conversion, right? So as you can see here, on day one, it didn't even really start spending any of my money because it still had to figure things out. Then on day 2, it still didn't spend my entire budget, right? I set the budget for $70 and I was like, yeah, spend it all, right? You know what I mean? But it didn't because it was still figuring things out. You can see on day 2, which was the first actual full day of this ad running, it spent $57.96. So it's like, I'm still trying to figure things out. We're not going to spend it all because we don't have enough impressions. And you can see here that my cost per action was $57, meaning I got one sale.
Okay.
And then on day 3, it finally spent all my budget. I made one conversion and I spent $70 on that conversion, right? And then on day 4, it starts to figure it out. And it's like, spends my entire budget, got, what is that? 3 sales. So $23 is my cost. So it probably tries to expand at that point. You know, it's like, ooh, maybe it cuts back a little bit. It's like, oh, we thought we had it figured out. So it spends my entire budget, but I only get one sale for that budget. And then it starts to really figure it out. Right. And it just keeps going. And then, you know, you're always going to have days where you don't make any sales. That just happens. You know, that was a weekend. So no one was buying. But you can see now it's starting to be like, okay, 23, 35. You know, it's starting to really figure it out. And the whole point is not the actual numbers, but you can see this blue line, which is my cost per action, is actually trending down. So now we'll see what happens when we raise the budget. We'll see if that holds. But yeah, like you said, we're just letting the algorithm do its job. And in theory, it sounds great until you realize it's working. And then it sounds freaking unbelievable.
It just seems like it's learning from its mistakes, right? In a way. So,
exactly.
I mean, that's a great opportunity. I'm excited to see what happens in the following weeks. Because are you going to keep using it, this feature?
I mean, I'd be crazy not to. I mean, my customers are worth about anywhere between $80 to $120 for me in the short term. Long term, they're worth more, obviously, but in the short term, they're worth about. But and that's an important distinction to make here as well for those who are new to advertising. My sale, right? My objective is only a $9 product. So obviously, I'm not profitable. I'm not running $50 worth of ads to sell a $100 product. But the way my systems are set up, the way my upsells are in place, the way my email marketing follows up, each $9 sale is worth at least 80 on the low end. And really, it's closer to like 120, 130. And then as those people stay on my list, you know, it'll continue to grow. So even at $65, it's pretty much like putting $1 in and taking $2 out. Now, the question is, how do we scale past? You know, I think I got up to $1,000 a day, and that was great. But then the numbers start to fall apart. You got to worry about creative. So now it's just a game of how do we scale? Well, if I can take winners and get them into this smart campaign and extend the life and get more reach, then maybe I can expand beyond my $1,000 a day threshold that I haven't been able to get past yet. And that's when it starts getting really, really interesting.
Yeah, but it makes sense because look, you're spending the money, right? But what are you gaining from there? You're not creating much content every single day. You know, you're gaining more time freedom, right? That's number one. Number two is there in your ecosystem. You know, Jonathan Montoya always talks about his ecosystem. They're getting into your ecosystem. From there, what are they going to get? They're going to need the softwares. They're going to need, you know, different upsells, different help, maybe your coaching program, which is $1,000, I believe. So it's like they could expand, you know, like, yeah, you might not be profitable on the initial sales, but on the long run, you're probably making way more money than, you know, and then you have that time freedom as well. So that's why it's so powerful. Like as soon as they're in your ecosystem, you're okay. You know, you're okay. You just got to keep doing that.
And there's people on my list who are on my list for years before they purchase something. I had a guy the other day who got into my coaching program, which, like you said, $1,000. He's been on my list for like 5 years and he's never bought anything from me. And finally, he's like, now's the time to take action. I got to take responsibility for myself. And he told me on the coaching call, you know, he's like, yeah, I've been on your list for 5 years and you finally got me. And I said, hey, Russell taught me the best. He said, it's not if they're going to buy, it's when they're going to buy. And that's the thing. It might not look like a lot of money. You know, I spent $70 and I made 3 sales, you know, even if that is worth, you know, let's say it's worth $300 to me. That doesn't seem like a lot of money. Hopefully we can scale. But the other side of that is yeah, I maybe only made 3 sales, but maybe I generated 80 leads, right? 80 leads for free that day. And then as I scale, you know, when I'm spending $1,000 a day, I'm generating 300 leads a day for free. You know, I'm actually profiting on it.
I didn't think of that. I wasn't thinking of that, actually. I just was just thinking of the conversion, but you're sending people to your email list. Like you're getting those emails, right? Regardless.
Yeah. There's
I
just enough
wasn't
people
thinking of that.
buying. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like I said, when I'm spending $1,000 a day, I'm getting between 250, probably what is that? Between 200 and 250 free emails a day.
Wow, that's
Profitable emails,
powerful
really.
because
Yeah.
you're not creating content, you're not posting 3 videos a day. You get me? Like that's that just blew my mind right there. You
Yeah.
know, because right
That's what I'm
now,
doing right now. I'm batching my content. I create
yeah,
9 videos a week and I batch it. And then I just post once a day at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whenever I wake up, or 6 a.m. whenever I wake up. And that's my content for the day. They go
yeah,
into the system. So I'm not going to forsake that. I'm still going to do that. But then the ads are there. And then we focus on scaling the ads. And that's what drives the revenue in the short term. And then the
wow,
content will just continue to grow long term. It's pretty good stuff.
wow. That's awesome. Maybe, maybe in a future episode we can just do a TikTok ad training, for people to just start from the beginning, like let's just create your campaign. You sign up, you create your account, you create your campaign. Maybe people will like be interested in that because I don't want to touch Facebook ads, to be honest, because I know many people, especially in the make money online world, has getting shut down because of that. So I don't want to just waste my energy for something that is not gonna work, right? But I feel like TikTok ads is more promising, just how you were showing us today, So that'd be a good, episode maybe for if you're willing to, teach us how to
Yeah,
do that
I mean, I could
from the
definitely.
beginning.
It'd be easy to cover in an hour. Just if you're listening right now, leave a comment or something. Especially if you're watching on YouTube, if you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and we'll do it. And because it might be boring for some people. Let's be honest. Anytime you
Yeah.
start teaching stuff like that, it's really valuable information, but it's kind of boring. So let us know in the comments if you want to see that, and if people do, I'll be happy to do that. It should be easy to cover in an hour. And that's to exactly your point about Facebook. I've had 3 Facebook ad accounts shut down, and it's really frustrating. And knock on wood, I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. I think I'm about $60,000 in ad spend into it. But on Facebook, I'd get to about $15,000 to $20,000 in ad spend. I'd have all that data. Things would be starting to roll because my pixel is seasoned or what have you. And then they'd shut my account down. So it wasn't just the time and energy, it was all the data. And, because in the
Yeah.
beginning, when you're running ads, you're going to run ads. In the beginning, you're going to spend money unprofitably because you got to get the data. It's just the way it is. But once you get to the point where it's like, oh no, I have the data, then that's when it gets super profitable or potentially profitable. So yeah, we'll see. But I'd be happy to do that if people are interested.
There you go, guys. You guys have homework, leave a comment. Make sure you guys comment so Brian can do a training for us. No, but yeah, I think this was a great episode. I mean, it's so exciting when new features come out because we get excited about them and then we can talk for hours about it. And it just get us going, right? It gets our blood pumping.
It is, man. It's an excitement that can't be duplicated many other places. This is pretty good for me, Andre. I get kind of a little long winded. So the fact that we made it through these 2 exciting topics in just about an hour, I mean, I got to give ourselves a round of applause. This could have been a 6-hour episode, but yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys for listening. Please leave us a review. Like I said, leave us a comment. Follow us on YouTube. We're showing you guys more visuals in this podcast. Yeah. The podcast form is amazing. If you wanna keep listening to the podcast, it's great as well because we are showing. We're literally telling you guys information that we see on our screens. But if you head over to YouTube, you can for sure have a better idea to what we're talking about. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It will mean the world to us. And thank you guys for being here at the Evolve Marketing Podcast.
Bye, everybody.